Maybe you could have gone into that adult bookstore, because I don't think it's there anymore. Maybe you could have gone in there and got naked skateboarders and read up on how to become one. So maybe it worked out.
I don't spend a lot of time in adult bookstores, but I don't think there's a lot of how-to manuals in them.
Right. No, I probably... Well, I don't know.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill. Next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat. It's where it's at.
22 minutes after 5. Not just a great song, but a great surprise out of the blue to get that yesterday. And there's another guy that's better on computers than we are.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh, just sitting around my house. I thought I'd whip that up on some program on my computer.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics for this for a while, and I was just, I needed to put them to music, and okay. Mm-hmm. We couldn't.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, 23 degrees downtown, going to be 50 today. We're in the middle of a very nice stretch of weather for December. 53 tomorrow, 56 Saturday. Cools off next week, but one day at a time. It's nice. I'm not on the city council. I'm not as smart as those guys. If you're on the city council and you're ever questioning things, please call us. We know some things. Efforts to improve the Billings skate park in downtown have been ongoing for over a year, driven by public safety concerns. Hey, guys, where do you think we should put this skate park that's going to attract teenagers? Well, I'd put it on the south side by a dirty bookstore.
Yeah, right. That was the perfect spot. You know where for the last 85 years, the hookers walk every night.
That's right.
You remember in the summer, you used to be able to drive down Montana Avenue. They were all over downtown.
Yeah.
And
now, I don't think he was involved with this one, but Jeff Amen, he's from Big Sandy. He's in Pearl Jam, and he's helped with skate parks all around Montana. Now, the one he helped put up in Lincoln, there's no paint on it. There's not 5 handicap parking spaces in front of it. It's just a nice little area and a nice little neighborhood. There's no bad part of town in Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. Perfect spot for ours. And plus, the fact that the kids have to walk to get there, which is great. So they go through the highest traffic areas around, crossing the streets on their skateboards and things. The train, it was absolutely a perfect spot because we don't need parking downtown. So we took that whole block out, put a skateboard park there, and it's not used that much anymore.
No.
What they ought to do, if I was a Billings City Council member, now some of you are going to think this is a little harsh. I'd fill it with hot water and put soap dishes around it. That way they could all take baths in there, which would be better for the public. I'm being as delicate as I can. You know that.
And we'd be better off with that.
Yeah. Make it a big bathtub for them or something. Mm-hmm. We already got the bathroom there,
right?
Of which they expanded and made it handicap accessible for people using the skateboard park. This is what your city councils do. God, I saw a thing last night. The people in Chicago, they're gonna hang that mayor there. They are so mad at that guy for spending millions upon millions of dollars on all these illegals and the people who have lived there for dozens of years. The black community and other Hispanic community members and the people on the south side of Chicago.
Baddest part of town.
Yes. They are just furious. They want to throw this mayor out.
Oh, good.
He only has a 14% approval rating in Chicago, and he's a Democrat mayor. People do dumb stuff. Bureaucracies, folks, governments, they just do dumb stuff. And like the song says, you want to call and debate, you can.
That's right.
You know it's true now that it's in a song.
Yeah.
Dumb stuff.
More from the story. You come here, and it has that unsafe edge to it. It's been that way for a while. Yes, it's been unsafe there since before they built the skate park.
It's exactly. It was that way when those people with yellow hats got down there and stuck the shovel in the ground on the first day. Mm-hmm. We were here. We know. Mark and I almost had to draw our weapons 2 weeks ago when they had the big hot pursuit down there. Fortunately for that criminal, they only had to face the firepower of the Billings police.
They want to do improvements to the skateboard park to the tune of $1.5 million. What are you going to improve?
$1.5 million. Folks, do you see what we've been preaching for 37 years about government? Mm-hmm. About government. There are no restraints on these people in government. Mm-hmm. None. They're stupid. They have no fiscal responsibility or commitment to the people of this community.
They don't spend money like we spend our own money.
Exactly.
Now, you give me your checkbook, I can get a lot of things done.
Oh, that's right. $1.5 million. But they do something up by Dealer Park.
It's the simple logistics of our town. Southside is a bad part of town. Paul and I have worked in a bad neighborhood for 37 years. We can tell you what it's like down here.
Here's another thing. You know, before Walmart, McDonald's, Olive Garden, you pick Chipotle, TJ Fridays, before they move into an area as a sound business practice, what do these companies do? They do surveys. They do analysis of the area to see if there is enough support to support at TJ Fridays or at Chili's or an Olive Garden. What the hell were they thinking 20 years ago? 25 probably. What year, does it say what year it was built? Had to be like late 90s, I can recall. But anyway, what information and what analysis did they do that said Billings is screaming for a skateboard park in the downtown city area? Nothing. Not one thing. Here's where the liberalism comes into play. We just need to do it to show a world in America that we are culturally in tune with the rest of the nation. We're going to provide these things for people.
Yeah.
That's all the reason why they do things. Folks, how many kids in Yellowstone County do you think sit there in school every day and dream about getting on their skateboard and going down to a skateboard park and becoming the next Tony Hawk? How many? Now, we have thousands of kids that play soccer. Thousands of kids that play soccer. And MSUB's cutting their soccer program.
No reason.
Why don't you open up a skateboard program at MSUB and let me know how that goes, you dumbasses?
Well, and keep in mind, if you're driving down 27th by the skateboard park and you don't have your seatbelt on, that's a ticketable offense. But if you want a skateboard, you don't have to wear a helmet.
Nope, none of that. Once again, here's another political part of this. Well, we have to put something on the South Side to show the United States that we care about our poor people. See, this is where this all comes from.
You're right.
And where did that come from? It came from how every one of those members of the Billings City Council were educated, indoctrinated, and led early on in their life down the wrong path, down the wrong skateboard path, to think that if we do this, people around the world they'll think we're compassionate, we're kind, we care. Well, you know what? You don't need a skateboard park to prove that. We have a Flakesgiving Foundation. We can prove that with our foundation. $1.5 million in the skateboard park.
And I just got a comment here from a gal listening. If we're going to throw money at something on the South Side, how about we fix the pool?
I was just going to say that since 1911.
Yeah.
They got to fix the pool. Nope.
Do we have more swimmers or skateboarders?
That's why I said, kill two birds with one stone. Fill that sumbitch up with water. Fill it up with water down there. You can swim in it, bathe in it, drink it, do whatever you pee in it, do whatever you want down there. I'm sorry, but sometimes I just lose it on stuff like that.
Well, because we're black and white people, and you and I would not approve feel-good stuff.
No. That's feel good. It's image building is what it is. It's image building for your city. Well, you know, we have a skateboard park. That, you know what? When I was taking this job on my application, I wanted to know if there was a skateboard park. Because if there wasn't, I wasn't going to move here and start a life and a family.
Like the things we've seen about people move to Billings because of the extensive bike trail system.
Right.
No, they don't.
They don't move here for that. No. They move here because they were a respiratory therapist and they were job openings at the Billings Clinic, and they thought, great, I'll move there. That's why, folks, your vote matters. Your vote matters.
Even for city council.
Yep. It matters. It matters for your county commissioners. It matters for your school boards, especially your school boards. It matters. And that's the one thing they haven't quite figured out yet. They're working on it, how to dilute and take away from you. Relentless. We can't afford everything. You city council, get the damn water meters figured out first.
Yeah, first and foremost.
Please.
Little tip for you there. Call our friends at Yellowstone Valley Electric Co-op. They have meters, and theirs are all fine.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. If you want to improve the image of the city, they clean up the riffraff around the skateboard park rather than improving it. But you just can't keep going back and back and back. And folks, I've preached it for so many years, and I know people get sick of hearing it because they want to listen for entertainment. I get it. But if you really sit down and think about how much of your life is spent working for the government every day, folks, you're up this morning, you're running around drinking coffee. A lot of guys on their way to work already get to the office. I get it. You got to work till 12 noon today to pay for all the government fees and parks and taxes. And you got to work till noon today to pay for all that first. Then when you get back from lunch at 1 o'clock, then from 1 to 5, you get to keep that money.
Right.
No way. Oh, way. Every day. Every day. 50%, folks, of all of your money, one way or the other.
And that's just the average. The more you make, the more they take.
Every day. Every day. Doesn't matter if you work retail, you work at a restaurant. Every day. You work till noon to pay for all this stuff that all the people who get paid by you with your tax dollars, they keep sticking their hand in your wallet. You want some more that'll piss you off?
Please.
Yesterday, federal workers got a new contract. In D.C., they quickly rammed this through because they know what Trump and Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are going to do. Government efficiency.
Oh, they're scrambling to get all their Dem stuff done.
Craving great food and service? Blue Cat Bar and Grill has you covered. Enjoy the best homemade breakfast around, or join them for Italian Monday nights, featuring delicious dishes and trivia with Dave Austin. On Prime Rib Saturday nights, dig into tender prime rib, and don't miss out on their crispy fried chicken. At Blue Cat, they pride themselves on excellent service and a welcoming atmosphere. Visit them today, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Federal employees signed a new contract with their union yesterday that guarantees them they're allowed to work for home now until 2029. 5 more years they get to work from home. The pandemic's over, but they get to work from home. Sit on their big fat asses and draw those government checks and get paid every day till they're dead. Benefits that you and I only wish we had.
Right.
And stay at home in their sweats. Log on their computer, join the chat meeting in the morning, and get paid $80, $90, $120, $160 a year to do it. And they ramrod that through as soon as they can. Yeah, they did that yesterday, folks. And you pay for it. How's that make you feel? All kinds of crap needs to be cleaned up bad. And they are doing everything they can to put in place to stop America becoming America again. They want to become a European Union. Oh, these people are nuts. And you know, folks, we had 25,000 people here in Billings that voted for that. They want that. They want all that. Who are you people? That's what I want to know. How are you educated? What the hell did your mom and dad raise? Federal Reserve getting ready to clash with President Trump. Federal Reserve. See, they're already laying the seed. We're going to... That's not what you're supposed to do. You're not just supposed to combat the leader of the nation.
No.
You're supposed to run the Federal Reserve. And whatever policies Congress and the president make, you carry it out. No, they're already digging in. Look what they did to Pete Hegseth. All of the Trump nominees are going to face scrutiny and bias labeling from these Democrats to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to derail and make as difficult anything they can for President Trump changing America back into red, white, and blue America.
You're right.
They're going to go after Tulsi Gabbard. They're going to go after all of them. Kash Patel, you name it. You notice when the Democrats nominate somebody, look at the freaking losers they got in their cabinet. Joe Biden hasn't had a full cabinet meeting more than 5 times in the last 4 years. He could, I'll guarantee you could put his whole cabinet together in front of him and he wouldn't know the names. He couldn't go around the table and give you the full name of every cabinet member.
You're right. And that's the guy with the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
Until January 20th.
He screams out the name Joyce when him and his wife are together. He doesn't know. They're going to do everything they can. And they're going to, like I said yesterday, day before, whatever it was, they're going to use the Clarence Thomas, Kavanaugh approach. They're going to bring up sexual allegations, some other problem, addiction, something they did at the 8th grade graduation ceremony that or the 8th grade party that they went to, felled a girl's boob in 8th grade when they were dancing. They're going to do whatever to derail it. Why? Because if they derail it, they derail President Trump's agenda. And if they derail that, they just have taken the power away from you Americans who overwhelmingly voted for this change. They take away your ability to be able to shape the country the way you think it needs to be shaped. That's what all this is. They're going to do it to every single one of them. These guys got to stick there and they got to fight it out. He wants to get rid of this wokeness. I saw an interview, a podcast he did. He wants to get rid of this DEI, wokeness, all this stuff in the military and turn our military once again into the most feared, best armed, best trained fighting force the world has ever seen. That's what they do. And they're going to derail it. These people should scare the hell out of you folks to what they want to change our country into, and they will go and use every single mean that they can to do it. They're ruthless. Like I said, they're like hyenas, and they will do it. They're going to be they're already in your refrigerator, in your garage, they're in your home, they're in your schools, they're everywhere, and this is why we got this major you-know-what up of everything in the country. It's because of this stuff, Wilson. Like the song says, it may be harsh, but it's the damn truth.
Right.
Crazy stuff. Found out yesterday, Department of Veteran Affairs. You know who was in charge of the Veterans Affairs Committee, folks? That was John Tester. They've been having orgies inside of their office building at the Department of Veterans Affairs in Washington, D.C. Actual inside the Department of Veteran Affairs. 12 of them.
Dadgum government.
That's quite an office meeting. We've had sales meetings here before, but nothing ever like that.
Not like that.
Yeah, that's right. Crazy stuff. I put up some Christmas lights last night.
Finally.
All up yours. I got home. I was finished putting the roof on my little shed for the calves I built, and the sun was setting, and I thought, because I got the box sitting there. So I started doing it on some of the railing out in front of the house. I just do it. Can hear my dad. Everybody puts up lights. You got to put up lights.
Okay.
Just like my mom. You got to have a middle name. I'm giving you a middle name. What does okay mean?
Right here. In this hand, put up Christmas lights. In this hand, lunch special at the Blue Cat on Wilson Wednesday, spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, well.
It was lunch and dinner.
I'll bet. Joe Biden fell asleep yesterday while at a meeting with the elite of Africa. Major leaders of a lot of the countries over there, Angola, other places, Nigeria, all getting together. They're having a conference, and Joe Biden fell asleep.
Wow.
I saw the footage last night. Even Democrats. And, nobody knows who's running our country right now. No. And by the way, where's Kamala Harris? And, if these allegations are so important, how come allegations against Democrats never matter?
You're right.
Remember prior to the election when I went through the whole thing about that Doug Emhoff, her husband? Nothing. Nothing from the Me Too movement about him. All the other past Democrat presidents that they supported and loved and put in there, they couldn't keep their zipper up. Bill Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy, all of them.
Right. And those are just the ones that we know about.
Yeah. Joe Biden.
Fell asleep for more than a minute.
Oh, you just saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's right there. You can watch it. Oh, I don't believe it. Okay, fine. Then here's one for you.
Yeah, and it's not news.
That's right.
It's not headline news because he's on the left.
That hair-sniffing pig, This is what they're going to do. And they can't get anything done anyway the next 50 days. I don't even know why Congress is there. Not going to get anything. President's not going to sign anything into law. The Democrats can't get anything through because they don't have the House. Nothing going to go through. They're having these hearings. But in fact, yesterday, they had a hearing to question the growing use of airline fees to charge passengers for things like early boarding and better seats. Airlines have raised billions of dollars. Senators and the Biden administration said these are junk fees and the extra charges are making travel less affordable. No, they're not. You're dumbasses. They're not making it less affordable. You could still buy the affordable seat. You can still buy the affordable seat. Do you want something better? Then you pay more.
Like buying a car.
Like anything. Can I get extra cheese? Yeah. You want mushrooms and grilled onions on your steak? Yeah. Guess what, folks? You pay extra for that. Follow along. This is very difficult to follow.
That's Biden's fault.
That's all Biden's fault. Well, they're making those kind of items more expensive. Yeah, but you're getting something for it. See, once again, this is liberalism. This is the image that these guys are trying to portray. Extra charges are making travel less affordable, and it's not, because you could still get the cut rate stuff. Airlines said fees let consumers pay for things they want. That's exactly right. Mark and I are advocates of first class on long flights. We know it's going to cost more.
Right.
But guess what? Do you get more, Mark, in first class than you do back by the toilet?
Yes, you do.
You do. You get more leg room. You get a bigger seat.
More screwdrivers.
More screwdrivers. But you pay more. This is capitalism.
Craving great food and service? Blue Cat Bar and Grill has you covered. Enjoy the best homemade breakfast around, or join them for Italian Monday nights, featuring delicious dishes and trivia with Dave Austin. On Prime Rib Saturday nights, dig into tender prime rib, and don't miss out on their crispy fried chicken. At Blue Cat, they pride themselves on excellent service and a welcoming atmosphere. Visit them today, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
One of the dicks in Washington, Blumenthal, said he thinks the federal government needs to review this and fine airlines. Dick is the chairman of the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. He said seat fees are pure profit for airlines. How dare an airline charge for seats on their plane? You see how Democrats think? Every single one of us has to make a profit to live. You know, here's another thing. You people that have relied so heavily on government and want them to take care of everything, and they promise you folks all this. How many of you people were still in a crap hole financially, waiting for all their promise? Oh, we're going to turn it. We're going to do this for you. And you know what? You never get out of that hole. Never. You'll never get out of it waiting for government. Never. They want you there. Some senators expressed frustration when airline executives couldn't explain how they set the amount of various fees, and it makes it hard for customers to budget for trips. Well, you know why? They do that because, once again, another basic economic principle, folks: supply and demand. I deal with it all the time in my business, like wheat, supply and weather. Oversupply, wheat's cheaper. Not as much, it's more expensive. Same with airline seats.
It is.
Same with airline seats. You got full flights and there's only 2 left. Guess what? A lot of people want it, and that pay more. That's all there is to it. You know, how come none of these asshole congressmen ever whine, moan, anything about sports stadium seats? Where's our hearing on that? You want to sit down close to the floor behind the bench? Guess what? You got to pay $1,500. You want to sit up in the nosebleed? Why? You can sit up there for $75. They don't care. They understand why, don't they?
Yeah.
Better seats, better perks. They get it, but they never whine about that. Only airlines. Only the airlines. Big airline. That's what they're after. And, Dick, have you forgot about when you had to bail the airlines out? So what did the airlines do? They found a way now to increase their profits and become self-sufficient, which I know in America anymore, that isn't taught. Charging more fees, getting a little perk here or there. And by the way, the people that are paying these fees, obviously, they have the money.
Right.
Because if they didn't, they couldn't pay the fee. Airline executives argue that these fees are giving customers choices that they want. Customers, and this is what I just said, have the option to choose a lower fare product, and in doing so, you're opting out of paying any additional services and fees that you do not want. You want to fly commercial, random seat selection, whatever, you can still do that. We also have customers who seek more services. They want to retain the ability to choose the services that they value and are willing to pay for. Extra leg room, a checked bag. American Airlines chief CEO said it's never been more affordable to fly. Airfares have fallen by 1/3 since 2000. Taking inflation into account. Josh Hawley sparred with some executives. He said he heard they were paying employees employees spotting customers whose carry-on bags are too big to fit under the seat, and so you have to pay a fee to check them. Guess what? Guess what? He's a Republican. Guess what, Josh? There's a rule. There are safety requirements as well to keep these passengers safe. Your bag can only be so big. It either, Mark and I know this, it either has to fit in the overhead bin above you or fit under the seat in front of you. Is that a tough rule to understand?
Not at all.
If it's larger than that, because of safety concerns, it has to be checked, loaded. They charge you for that. Okay, so what have we learned here? You need a smaller bag. Well, I can't get all the stuff I need in a smaller bag. I need a bigger bag. Okay, if you have a bigger bag, then you have to pay to have the bigger bag loaded and unloaded. What the hell is so hard to understand about that?
Me. This is me, and I don't want to do that.
You airlines are paying millions of dollars to employees to harass people. No, they're not. This is a Republican I'm on his case now, folks. I want you to know that. Fair, balanced, accurate, you get the damn truth. They're paying the employees to enforce the rules.
Right.
And then what happens when a plane catches fire and these oversized bags, people were tripping over them, falling under them because they didn't fit under their seat. They're between the seats. Then they get sued and they're bankrupt.
Right.
U.S. Airlines raised $7 billion from fees last year. That's right. And you know how much money last year U.S. Airlines had to get out of our back pockets to make it profitable last year? They didn't. Oh, well, that's nice. The people using the airplanes are paying the bills.
Right.
Pretty sound economic policies. You know that these airlines made $12 billion, all of them last year. United, America, Delta, Frontier, Spirit. They made $12 billion in seat fees. You know, leg room, front of the plane, first class. That's right, because it's better. You want extra cheese? You want mushrooms and grilled onions on your steak? Nobody bitches about that, do they, Wilson?
Not at all.
Heck yeah, throw that on top. Put some mozzarella on there, too. Doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Nope. Doesn't matter. And that's why they made profits. And that's why they stayed out of your pockets for tax dollars. Airline industry suing to block another regulation requiring disclosure of baggage and cancellation fees. Now, that one I believe they should have to do. You got to know going in. Pete Buttigieg, our transportation secretary. By the way, nobody tried to block his confirmation. Transportation secretary.
With no experience.
Nothing. This guy was a mayor of a small Indiana town. Couldn't even drive his own car. In charge of our railroads, airlines, shipping. And look what a rat screw that turned out to be in the last 4 years. Our ports were blocked, trains wrecking. But folks, businesses have to be able to make a profit and do it without you, the taxpayer, paying out of your pocket to support it. Make the people who fly and use the airlines, make them pay. And we do.
Right.
Mark and I paid an extra $500 or whatever it was. It's not cheap to fly first class. We chose to do that. That helps them make a profit. By the way, those extra fees that we are paying are helping keeping it more affordable for people who just fly commercial in the back of the plane because they're making the profit from us, not from them.
Right.
It's crazy. This world's so back-asswards, crap we do drives me up the wall, you know.
And it should drive everybody up the wall.
Everybody goes on a big trip, gets in their car, loads up their family, their children, everything in their vehicle. They run out of the house. Oh my God, where's my charger? Nobody says, where's my tire gauge? No, you dumbasses. You just put the valuable people of your life in your car, your wife and your children. You're going to go 90 over Christmas down the road, loaded to the gills. Where's my charger? Nobody says, where's my tire gauge? They don't have one clue, Mark, of what is in that tire. See how stupid we are? That's why I go home to the farm and I pound post and dig holes. Like the song says, it may be harsh, but we're kind. Folks, a lot of this stuff, though, it's what America is. It's the ability to start a business, open a barbershop, open a salon. All you small business people know. God, Mark and I could rattle off thousands of them that we know here in Billings that have built businesses and have to charge. Look at our advertisers. Look at the people, that we've... look at, Marie out there at Candy Town. Stuff like that, you know. Small businesses. Lisa at Party America or Trackside. You got to be able to make a profit to keep people working, keep your business afloat. Same with the airlines. Flying by air is a privilege. I never flew till I was 20 or 19 years old.
Right.
That's the first time, and I flew out here. First time I ever was on an airplane. You don't get to buy, everybody doesn't get to buy a house. You got to save money to buy a house. Look, and the government got involved in that. And remember the big housing crisis we had? Guaranteeing everybody loans. God, that's what I would do. Wilson comes in, just got home from T-Birds.
We're going back a ways.
Yeah, had to borrow some money to pay his tab. Oh, yeah, I want to buy a $300,000 house. Well, yes, sir, Mr. Wilson. Here you go. Sign right here. And that's what they did. You weren't ready.
No.
And if you're not ready to fly in front of the airplane, then flying back.
Right.
It's that simple. Or don't fly. Take a bus. How many of us have been on bus trips before that stopped in every... What's that, fella? Go to Sydney for a beauty pageant? Okay. Let her take your car? Okay. I did that, and I rode the damn bus. And it took 17 hours to get to Sydney. Mark, we stopped in Custer and in Terry and in Webo.
Everybody with an off-ramp.
Yes.
I only rode the bus once from Missoula to Great Falls. I was going to pick up a car I bought in Great Falls. And I'm thinking the same thing. Well, I've never been to Trixie's in Ovanda before. But apparently we're picking up a package or something here.
It's life. It's life, folks. But that's, once again, comes down to government and the people you put in place. Just like our city council. It comes back to that story. Well, we got to have a skateboard park. We got to show the world. We've got to, our image is important. That's what's fiscally responsible. For as many kids as use that, now another 1.5 million. Oh, a lot of people don't like us. Too blunt, and like you said, just too black and white.
Well, I used to listen to you guys, but I disagreed with one thing you said, so I never came back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ever have a fight with your wife? Kept her?
Yeah, got options.
Yeah,
just like flying, you have options. You have options with media, and the ones who do it the opposite way, they're all struggling. They're all going broke. MSNBC, NBC, they're trying to sell. CNN has no one watching anymore. They're subsidized,
right,
to keep them going. Disney, they got money they're making it from the good parts of their business, but airlines figured out a way to make a profit. Oh, and by the way, why did it get so expensive? Why? Let's think about that. What did the unions do to these airlines and these new contracts? What did the unions do to Boeing recently? Turning down 36% raises that you and I would salivate over, folks? Yeah. These are liberal-run organizations that held gun to their heads, so they've got to make the money up somewhere. Got to make it up somewhere. And then you're complaining that it's costs too much to fly. You voted for these people. You voted for those liberal people that did that, got the contracts, and made your flying now more expensive, and you're pissed off now and want them to do something? You don't get it both ways. Well, never mind. But this is a big vicious circle. Matters who you vote for, folks, and everything, every single thing. How we started with the city council, we're all back to that again. It all matters. The people you put in place, it matters. It matters. That's why we got to fight so hard to make sure we get the people in there to fix all this stuff. Fix it. Stop it. Put an end to it. Give Americans their freedoms back, their ability to make a living, give them their lives, ability to make their own decisions with their children, their homes, the cars. Get them the hell out of our life. So we'll see what happens. Paul Harvey used to say, page 2? Got some more donations today for Flakesgiving. Got some of those in, so thank you. We're getting still those in for our big fundraiser. And December 5th. For some reason, December 5th rings a bell for something. Haven't quite put my finger on it yet. But
somebody's birthday, anniversary.
Yeah, something about December 5th. I know what December 7th is. There's been a mention of that, about December 7th. Wonder how many kids know what December 7th is. We've lost touch of that, too. We haven't, but that's
I looked it up. It's National Bathtub Party Day, Paul.
Well, there you go. Like I started the conversation with, fill that sucker up with water, put soap around it, bathtub day. When's the last time you took a bath?
I've been in my house 19 years and I've never taken a bath.
Last time I took a bath was when I was rebuilding the other bathroom.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a shower in there, so I had to take a bath. But that's it. Although there's an old expression about taking a bath. Now, I have taken a bath on a lot of things.
Right.
I mean,
splish splash.
Yeah. There you go. All right, let's get some news together and get this day rolling.
I hate to go. I'm having so much fun.
I know you are.
First news coming up, 6:13.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.